Hi, everyone. I'm back, and it is a Monday, the start of the week. Monday Fun Day. I There's a few things that happened today. And one thing that did happen was when I first woke up this morning, I sent something to my daughter in regards to, emotional traumas and how we actually manage that and how some of the things that I felt that maybe I would share with her from this video that came across my feed. And a wonderful thing happened from that send is that she responded, which often she doesn't respond when I've said something to her via messenger or whatever it is that I've come across that I feel that maybe she might want to listen to and take whatever she wants out of it and without any expectations. And this morning I sent something and she actually responded and said, thanks, Mom. I think I've got like three out of the six that were listed or something along those terms. And excuse me. And I thought, wow, like she actually responded. And then typically I don't really know because it kind of just goes into that ozone layer as far as what it is that she may do with it or not do with it. And I really don't know. And in this particular case, I found out. And she was very receptive to it. And most of the time that she is. And it's just that she just doesn't tell me. However, she also ended up saying something else to me. And she said to me that I inspire her. And it was really absolutely so touching. I don't believe that she's ever said that to me. And it really hit home. And I realized that this journey that I've been on, healing myself, and all of the situations that I've had to deal with throughout my life, and I've had many of them as far as health issues go, many trauma, many many of us have dealt with trauma, and I'm not saying that I'm any different than anyone else. However, there's been layer upon layer of health issues that I've dealt with, which started from when I was very, very young and almost losing my life at the age of 13. And then again when I was 31 and had two systemic infections at that time, and then spinal injuries and miscarriages and emotional trauma and relationship traumas and all of this journey that has led me to this point. And I realized when she said those words that it's all been worth it. It has all been worth it because I can now take this journey of many, many decades of healing and still more healing to go on because it'll never change. It'll change. However, it will never end. And that is absolutely fascinating to me because the fact is that then I can still pull away those layers of the onion and I can still end up guiding myself and I can learn techniques and protocols and strategies associated with my own healing journey. And then I can share that. And it inspires me to do that. And I just talked to a woman today that's really been struggling and very, very difficult situation when she was young and with her siblings and so much abuse and so much trauma. And it just, oh my goodness, it really is amazing as to how resilient we are and how we can live through those types of absolutely devastating situations and still come out and still manage to function in society. However, often as we get older, those traumas that are stored within our tissues, they start to really affect us, really affect our colon, really affect our digestive tract, really affect us on the layers that we don't even realize that are so emotional. Think about it. Think about what you hold in your stomach as far as emotion. Think about what you hold in your large intestine as far as emotions. As a child, I always ended up with stomach aches and I couldn't handle anything with an elastic around my stomach. It would give me a stomach ache. And I didn't have a lot of the situations that some of these people share with me. And it's just like, oh my goodness. However, there was trauma and there was continuous trauma. and there's a lot of it. And it wasn't like my childhood was horrible. However, there was this anxiety and this stress of the teasing and the bullying and the picking on and not feeling safe that was just continuous. And it wasn't their fault. It wasn't my parents' fault. It was nobody's fault. It was just the way that it was because of what they learned growing up, and then what I learned growing up, and what I ended up handing over to my daughter, and what we do on this generational dysfunction. However, what I ended up doing was I decided to focus on myself instead of focusing on helping everybody else. And I took a big window of time over this last 6, 7 years. And I really focused on peeling away those layers, peeling away and going deep where it was like no man, excuse me, has gone before. And this woman hadn't gone before by no means, and didn't even know that I needed to go there until I started, until I realized that I had to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper so that then I can peel it away and peel it away. And it doesn't have to be complicated, not at all. We make things complicated. And that is what I teach. I coach. I don't teach. I help guide you so that you can heal and that you can encourage yourself to be the best person that you possibly can be at any age. And this particular woman is in her 70s. And the conversation that I had today with her, she said to me, "You know what, Sharon, you just gave me such clarity as far as what it is that we need to do. There is so much confusion out there, so much confusion about microbiome and this, and the digestive system, and the emotions, and the mind, body, and spirit, and all of these things. There's so much confusion. I peel through that confusion and I make it a common sense approach to how it is that we're going to take this journey of yours and help guide you to be the best that you possibly can be. That's my journey too, as well. And it comes with challenges. And some days it's like, whoa, I mean, I just want to curl up and just say, hey, you know what? I'm just like done. And many of us do. However, that spirit, that soul, that spark within you, that spark of life that happened at the time of conception, that nexus spark, that zinc spark, it's still attracting fireflies. And it is still attracting the energy of what it is that you truly can become. I'd love for you to reach out. I am going to spend more time on my coaching, more time on guiding people through this confusion, and more time on you so that I can help you take this journey, take this journey that created these beautiful words coming from my daughter that said, "You inspire me, Mom." Because when we do the work ourselves and we change, and it takes work, it does. However, it's good work because you know what? At the end of the day, there's a rainbow and there's a pot of gold sitting there waiting for you just to slide on in and take advantage of the fact that you're doing it. And you can look in the mirror and you can go, good job, good job, because you did it and you're doing it. It's an amazing time to be alive. And when we take the time to really find out who we are, and you know what? I mess up constantly. You know what? It's time to take change. Go to sharon-cusack.com and reach out to me. I'd love to chat. Bye for now.